Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing another Mystery Mystic reading, and we are continuing our exploration of the Deadman's family. This is the family that police have zeroed in on. And in part 8, we did a close look at what are they thinking and feeling. That would be the father, the mom. Those were the two that were named suspects by police in September. And then the oldest sister, who was the one who was like, I took out Asha's life at a party. She uttered that when she was super drunk, according to a witness. And then Sarah, who we're going to be exploring here in just a moment. Sarah is the middle sister who basically shook her sister into some sense and said, you know, you need to shut up and stop talking. Get yourself together. So let's get into it. If you want a brief introduction from my point of view, check out part 1 in this ongoing series that I've got for Asha's case. I have a playlist for her. The playlist link is in the description box. But part 1, I do timestamp the brief background information. This is a case that circles all the way back to February 14th, 2000. So I'm recording this as of March 3rd, 2025, right? This reading. So that's 25 years, friends. 25 years. Okay, so we're looking at Sarah. Sarah is the middle sister, and she's the one that grabbed her oldest sister by the shoulders, allegedly by a witness statement, and said to shut the F up about what was going on with Asha. Okay, so what does Sarah know? You know, Spirit, if you want to give us some information about even her level of involvement, that's fine. Okay. We have here the moon. She knows the deep, dark secrets. We have the Son of Fire, traditionally the Knight of Wands. She takes action steps in order to protect the family. She is like the, how do you call it? The strength, the pillar of strength in her family, which makes sense as to why she's like protecting her big sister and having to do what it takes to protect these secrets that we have here in the moon card. Also, when this card comes up for me a lot when I do these types of readings, it's because a person may know where another person may have been buried, or they may know a location, or they may know they have some foundational information here that could very well illuminate what happened to Asha. The Son of Fire can also indicate that she has her own role in moving things, adding things, putting things here and there, trying to cover up, but not necessarily to the level of involvement of her sister, her oldest sister allegedly, or her father. Let's see. What does she know? The moon. Affair. That's interesting. What does she know? What does she know? I want one more card from this section of the deck. All right. This is from the deck that I created, Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. 180 cards that I have here. Set that to the side. Now we're going to shuffle with the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. This is again, what does Sarah allegedly know? Addictions. Okay. She knows about some sort of sordid details that's within this house. The family house, I suppose. That's all I could think of. Maybe in her personal life in the present day. She's been having to confront some other issues, but I think this is talking about the familial house, her family of origin. There is something going on here. We have with the house, breakup or divorce, whatever the secrets are, it threatened to tear up the family or tear up the marriage between her parents or somebody else close to her. Maybe she's experiencing something going on with that today. Maybe we hear more about that in the coming months ahead, weeks and months ahead, about her own challenges in her own life since what happened to Asha. But the affair card could be, especially with this addictions card, someone has some kind of sordid addiction, or it could be a substance addiction, you know, where they're abusing substances. It could be addicted to, you know, the P word, where people watch and fantasize about things. It could be an addiction to adrenaline, an adrenaline junkie. It could be someone, so she's fully aware of how this whole thing has come and really threatened to tear up her family. What feels like a solid, stable place for her. She knows that at any moment that this house of cards can come crumbling down. So she does whatever she can to protect, to do things like, I'm going to go here and move this. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to be out with my family members to make sure that I've got their back. It's that kind of energy. She provides a source of stability. I don't know if she's I could be wrong. The moon card could allude to her being more involved than what it meets the eye, with the moon card. But I get a sense that it means that she just simply knows the secrets that's inside her house, and that she does things to cover up for those secrets, and she protects them. And that's what her role is in all of this, okay? Affair can indicate some sort of sexual situation going on that she may be privy to. Motive, she's aware. We have motive, control or domination. So the story, they have two directions that they could go in. They could go in the direction of the motive for what happened to Asha was an auto accident gone wrong and a hit and run. They could go that direction, or they could go into the direction of something was going on with Russell, the man who has since passed away shortly thereafter, a few years after Asha went missing. The gentleman whose DNA was on some items in Asha's backpack. They're like, okay, we could blame something on him. But the truth of the matter is, she understands at the core of what's really going on. We have addictions and motive, control or domination. Now, if you watch part 8, the Two of Wands or Two of Fire came up for Roy, the patriarch, the father in that reading. He's the patriarch. He's the one who was also named a suspect along with his wife, Connie. It's the same. It's like there's somebody arm wrestling. So she knows that there is a motive allegedly attached to her father of control and domination. Wow. She knows that. She's fully aware of it. In terms of like her level of involvement, aside from doing little tasks to protect and cover secrets, that's beyond, I don't see anything beyond that on her part. I could be wrong, of course, but that's what I'm picking up on. She's fully aware of the secrets, but in terms of actually having a hand in it, I don't think so. I could be wrong. You all let me know what you think of these cards here. So next up, we want to know, what is Sarah feeling right now with all that is coming out? Okay. Seven of water, Seven of Cups in reverse, illusion. Sometimes that Seven of Cups in reverse can sometimes denote somebody who's disillusioned or totally lost in illusion, but it also could be like she's seeing the writing on the wall. We'll see what the next tarot card says to kind of get an indication of, is she leaning heavily into illusion and disillusionment and feeling like they're gonna be all right, or is she really seeing something to be afraid of, like to see the reality of the situation? Spirit, how is Sarah allegedly feeling right now? Okay. Nine of fire. And it has power. So I'm getting it, so she may be leaning into the disillusionment and the illusions. We'll pull some oracle just to check. Okay. Accusations is the first oracle card that fell out. We have photos. All right, and inside, how she's feeling. Deep inside, I think that she's feeling like certain things are not fair. These accusations that are coming to and from, she's wondering how this is going to land on her. There is a sense of her feeling a bit empowered by the fact that, she may not have actually been the one to take out Asha's life or be a part of the main master plan of this major cover-up of what happened to her. So there's this sense of protection, if you will. That's what I'm picking up on here. You all let me know what you think. But the power card also can denote that she feels a bit powerful about, her believing what the attorney is telling her, believing what her father has been saying. People who are around her, who care about her, are telling her or giving her words of encouragement and empowerment to say, hey, there's a lot of accusations swirling your way, but at the end of the day, really, are you really a part of this? Probably, keep your head up. It's the feeling I'm getting. And so therefore, she's feeling like she needs to be a source of strength and power for those in her family that are not feeling so strong and powerful. For example, she may not have anything attached in terms of DNA. Like, we know that Lizzie, allegedly, per the police, may have been driving that vehicle the green vehicle. So that's Lizzie. Then we know that her little sister had some DNA on items in Asha's backpack along with Russell. He had DNA on items as well in the backpack. But for her, there's this sense of protection. Now, she needs to be careful with that because accusations are going to be swirling around, flying. There may be even some photos that come out that really test her willpower, test her sense of safety in the coming weeks ahead, coming days and weeks ahead. I say that because of the Seven of Cups or Seven of Water representing the timing of days. The Nine of Fire representing the timing of weeks, up to 9 weeks, where there might be something that shakes her a bit loose. Like she may see some photos, or like maybe law enforcement brings some photos to her doorstep and ask her some questions, and it shakes her, and it's questions, and also inside. What does this mean? Inside. Now we're asking the question of how does she feel? She feels overwhelmed. She feels on the inside. She feels a sense of, I'm walking in unknown territory here, but all I know is just to be strong because that's been my role my entire life. This also could represent that she knows that this is some sort of inside thing within her family, allegedly. And she knows that people are going to believe that where there is smoke, there is fire, and that there's a lot here. I just get a sense that with these photos, there could be some photos in the past in their own personal possession that she has, that she goes back to and looks at. and it conjures up all these emotions, but she has a mission. This is a woman with a mission to protect her family at all costs. Okay. All right. So now we're going to look at what is she going to do next? What is Sarah going to do next? What is Sarah going to do next? We have here Two of Air. It's almost similar to her mom. We got the Two of Air for her mom. The Tower. We got the Tower for her with her dad. So, and I shuffled this deck really good. What is she prepared to do next? What is Sarah prepared to do next? Again, it's this holding pattern. We have dark energies. She may even allegedly consult some sort of dark protective magic. Allegedly, okay. Dark energies. It could be maybe she goes in for some sort of spiritual protection in the next couple of months. We have rejection. I think that what's going to end up happening, bloodline, there's going to be some sort of detachment because her level of culpability is not as much as, say, some of the other people allegedly that's attached to this family, attached to these allegations that police have said to them. And we don't know the full extent of what police have conveyed to these family members. We don't know. Okay. Look at this. It says jealousy and affair are love-related crime. I don't know why these kind of cards keep coming up, but they do, and that's interesting. I'm going to sit that off to the side, but we got the affair card. But back over here, what she prepared to do is maybe she's going to hold off for now, see how things play out. But she is prepared to do something drastic, and when the going gets tough, to do self-preservation. She may have to detach, to jump out of this falling building. This Tower card shows the Twin Towers falling, right? That's basically what it's depicting here. And sometimes you got to jump ship. You got to get out. You got to reject. This is the rejection card. Who are you rejecting? Bloodline. Your family. Someone that is at the head or the helm who holds dark energy. Okay. I'm starting to wonder about this whole nighttime thing. It was probably innocent enough for Asha being out there. Could have been going to just go on an adventure. She had some money. She was going to run, she was going to do something. And it was just like on a trajectory of running into this family who has some kind of something planned, allegedly, okay? And she's like, look, at the end of the day, I don't have these same dark energies. I love my family, yes, but I don't carry those same dark energies here, and I'm going to have to detach and jump ship and jump away from what is coming down the pike. Okay? All right. Let's stop here. We are moving on to the baby sister, AnnaLee. Now, the interesting thing about AnnaLee is her DNA, like Russell, the gentleman who died a few years after Asha went missing, them two had their DNA picked up on some items in Asha's backpack, okay? And that's interesting. And this is the baby of the family, so that's peculiar, right? So we want to know, what does AnnaLee allegedly know about what happened to our little girl? Eight of Earth, circumspection, okay, makes sense. We should see a family of elephants here, making some sort of migration, if you will, movement, slow movement, but nevertheless, this is what she knows. Okay. Then we have the reverse. Interesting. Huh. Let me see. Strength in reverse, adjustment. Something being not so strong. Someone being not so strong, a weakness. in the family unit, in the family progression over time. Okay. Let's pull up some Oracle from the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. Targeted victim. That's what fell to the floor. And crime of passion. This is what she knows today. Maybe not necessarily what she knew back then. Okay, friends? Because we'll just pick up on what we can. All right? We'll just pick up on what we can when we can. And what I mean by that is Spirit will give us this information. Sometimes we have to sit with the cards and see, are you talking about the past? Are you talking about the present? What are you talking about? I'm getting a sense of there is some information that she knew in the past, like she knew as a young person, and then what she has come to know today. Does that make sense? Okay. Drug came up again. Burdens. Okay. So let me show you what we've got so far from the Oracle. We have targeted victim. We have crime of passion. Trapped. Okay. And runaway. Now this is what I'm talking about, what she knew, what her little mind, because she was young. I forgot how old she was. I forgot what the article I read said. But she was young when all this went down. So from what she's heard or what she learned of Asha's story from the small town, from what her family was going through back in the day, 8 years back even, what she understood it was that Asha was running away, that she was a runaway, and essentially this may have been a cover-up of sorts, in the sense of they didn't want this to get out. This was a hit and run kind of situation. That's what I'm taking about. That they basically was like telling her that Asha's a runaway, but there's never been any verification or validation of that. Okay, so when I'm looking at these cards too, just these cards collectively speaking, this is telling me right now that out of all of the sisters, she is the one, even though her DNA is showing up, she is the one with the least amount of influence or control over what may have happened to Asha. And also she was fed some information about what happened to her in the past with this runaway card. Okay. Now, doesn't mean she won't be an important part for police to crack the case, though, because she does have some information in the present day about someone being a targeted victim. Okay. Crime of passion. Oh my gosh, there's a mosquito walking on my reading table. Trapped. She is aware that Asha was taken, captured, trapped. But I get a sense that for the longest time, up until recently even, her understanding of it was, her family is what? Circumspection is in control. They know what happened. They're good people still. She doesn't have any wavering faith that they're good people. And maybe in what they did, they may have made some poor choices, but ultimately they're not bad people. But what she has come to know, and maybe what law enforcement has shared with her and impart on to her, is that law enforcement feels that Asha was targeted. This was some sort of crime of passion, and that she was trapped or taken against her will. And this goes up against what she has felt and thought about the case for so many years. You're probably wondering, like, well, where are you getting these years from for her? Eight of Pentacles or 8 of Earth represents the timing of years. For me, it could be up to 8 years, or at 8 years, or just after 8 years. Okay, we have here drug. Drug is again popping up in this reading series. This card has come up time and time again, or some element of drugs comes up. Burdens. That her family may have been burdened by this runaway situation, but now they are burdened by and not so strong like she thought they were anymore, by these accusations. Remember, we got the accusations not too long ago, the accusations card. So burdens. We have here, drugs may be an important factor in this case. Okay. I don't know if family members are consuming drugs, or she herself is dealing with a drug situation in the past or present or in the future, or that they're trying to say somebody associated with Asha is associated with drugs, allegedly. I'm not quite sure. But drugs have persistently come up throughout all of the readings we've done. This is now the 9th video I'm doing. I'm going to do one more until we get some updates in the future after this one. And I may not publish that one until next Monday to give us all a break. But I'm going to record it tonight because I'm in this vibe of doing these readings and connecting with these energies here. So cell phone records may provide important clues. Now, interesting. Now, we know cell phones were around back in 2000. I had a cell phone then, expensive as hell, but I did have a cell phone. Not so much those cell phone records. These gals, young girls, didn't have cell phone records. We talking about cell phone records in 2024, 2025, maybe even 2023, of conversations. I talked to the police. They're saying this. They're making accusations about that. My DNA is here. What about that? What do you all have to say about that? You know, and she's like, look, I'm just, I'm a little girl in all of this. Because when I see this targeted victim card, I see a young girl as well, not just Asha. For sure, this card is talking about her, but it's also talking about the little girls in that household that may have been subjected to some other things, allegedly. Okay. And she's like, look, I don't know what's going on here. We have here money may be involved. So she's learning things as we come along. She's learning that her family is not as strong as she once thought. Okay. So that's what I get. Drugs, she may, I don't know how that translates here. It says drugs may be an important factor in the case. Some sort of allegations about drug use. Not quite sure. Perhaps this is part of a defense strategy that we'll pick up on in part 10 from their defense attorney. I don't know. But somehow, some way, these cards keep coming up. All right, let's move on to the next question. Next question is, how is AnnaLee allegedly feeling? Daughter of Water. How is she feeling about all of this? 7. Wow. Okay, so Daughter of Water, Page of Cups. And then we got 8 of Wands, swiftness, it says. Things are moving quickly, too quickly for her taste. Rapid movement as it relates to this case. And then we have 7 of Air, deception, lies. I think that out of all the sisters, she allegedly is the most removed in the sense of having some level of like cover up and hands involved, and she feels the sense of being lied to, of being fed information, told things, and she's having to parse through that and having a renewed look at her family members, a renewed look at her life, even like questioning things is what I'm picking up on. Allegedly, like that's how she's feeling, and law enforcement is in her mind moving, and in her heart moving swiftly. We have here mother. I don't know if she is a mother. Is she a mother? Does she have children? I don't know. She could. I don't know. But it could be about her mother, or about wishing that she had some sort of protection. We have evidence. She is really, really concerned about her DNA. You know what it's like? Do y'all remember back in the day, and this probably still happens, where people would use their children's social security number so they could get new lines of credit? get a new utility bill started in their name. And then when the child grows up and then they go to try to collect some, do something with their credit, try to use it, and they run the social security number, and then they find out that their credit is bad and they ain't even had a chance to use it. That's the energy I'm picking up on here with the Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands, Eight of Fire, and the Seven of Air, Seven of Swords, Deception. She feels like you hoodwinked me. You wrote me into something that I had no control over. And here I am dealing with this. Here I am wide open dealing with this. Status. I don't know. Is she married? She's also not feeling so great. This card is interesting to me. It doesn't necessarily mean she will do this, but it could mean that she's concerned about someone close to her doing this, taking their life, or she's thought about it, or she's scared, or someone has in the past taken their own life, or she's, contemplating this. This is all alleged, friends. All of this is alleged. But, yeah. And I'm not quite sure what the status card could mean other than, it's checking a box. Law enforcement, we see these boxes here. Checking a box of like, look, your DNA is up here on this evidence here. What say you? Even though we know you're a child, we really know that you probably, what could you have done really? And she can't really probably remember essentially how that would have been. And so this again, it's like the kid whose credit was used or whose social security number was used, and they had no idea, not privy to it, and now they are left with cleaning up the mess. And that's how she feels, is what I'm picking up here from Spirit. Now, what is AnnaLee allegedly going to do next? Let's see. Okay, Six of Water, Six of Cups in reverse, happiness. Okay. I feel like she's gonna, she's not happy with how things are unfolding. And if anything, she's going to, at some point, cooperate to the best extent of her memory, which is not, it's going to leave her family members not so pleased with her. But she doesn't know much. And she's not happy with the state of affairs. She feels insecure. And she wants to protect her freedom. What do we value most in life? We value our freedom. We value, yes, our money. We value our family. We value our sense of security. But ultimately, as human beings, we value our freedom. And she's not happy by the fact that her freedom seems to be somehow, some way, intricately tied to the family members. This is the card that came up. And she wants to do the right thing. She just doesn't know how to deliver on the right thing. She knows her DNA was found, but can she really articulate or explain how that happened? She's probably not able to. But on the other hand, if anyone out of all of these folks I've seen so far during this readings today is going to do something, or not do something, but feel the least attached to staying loyal, it would be her. Because we got the Justice and Karma card. And private property. Sharing what she knows. Okay? Sharing what she knows. All right. Be right back. So we are now looking at Russell Underhill. This is the man who had his DNA showing up in a DNA review of Asha's backpack, and there were items in it that had his DNA on it. And on the night in question, it is purported that Lizzie was driving him from some sort of hospital. And so he was in the vehicle, and Yeah, and then he died like a few years after the disappearance of Asha. So I want to know, Spirit, and we're not going to go too in depth because in the first few readings I did touch quite a bit on Russell's involvement. So check those videos out. We won't keep repeating ourselves, but we just want to ask, Spirit, what did Russell know? We have Son of Water, Page of Cups. Okay. 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands, an expedition. He's on an expedition. He's going with, this is interesting. Oh my goodness. Right off the bat, I'm getting a sense of, okay, Page of Cups, his level of involvement in terms of planning or orchestrating this is minimal. He's going on some sort of expedition. He's going on a ride. And I almost feel like someone orchestrated this. This was part of the plan. Him being in the vehicle. Him perhaps even being the fall guy. Allegedly. Okay. We'll see. Lost. What does he know? What does he know? In his perception, he assumed Asha was lost. She's on her own adventure. Look at that. He's with the children. He could be infatuated with children. Manipulation. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else? One more card, Spirit. Thank you. Whoa. All right, so the Oracle cards. Lost. Now, before we move on, you all understand we got the Page of Cups, the 3 of Wands. We got lost. Child. It says child or children. Could be that he thought the Deadman children are a lost cause, or it could be that he assumed that Asha in his mind was lost, right? Could be that, or that there's a victimization that he's witnessed of lost children from his perspective when he was alive. Manipulation could be that he is manipulating someone, or I'm thinking he was manipulated. Manipulation. The reason I think he is the one that is manipulated is because of this card. If this was like a King of Swords or an Emperor or any other card that denotes some sort of authority figure, I'd be like, okay, that authority figure is manipulating a situation. Because it is the Son of Water that is telling me that he and the truth surrounding him in the coming days and weeks ahead is manipulation. It's a manipulated story that the lawyer is going to present. Whose lawyer? The lawyer for the Deadmans. Okay? That's what I'm getting a sense of here. And that's what Russell is telling us right here, right now. That he, from his perspective, Asha was a lost child, that to be picked up, to be taken care of. And then something happened, something fury and fire with the 3 of Wands. And as far as he is concerned, his role is, just say this, just say that. You were with us this night. This is what you're supposed to do. And now that he's gone, now that he's deceased, it takes him completely out of the equation of being able to volunteer a statement of what really went down. He is a scapegoat, essentially. Okay? All right, I'll be right back. Next question is, how did Russell feel? How did he feel? Oh, the Fool. Oh my gosh. He felt like a fool. I think it could have led to his early demise. I know he had a host of health issues that also was the predominant reason why he passed. But the Fool card is like he felt like a fool. And look. 6 of Air, knowledge. What knowledge? 6 of Air traditionally is the 6 of Swords, movement from one place to another, a transitional point from one place to another. He had knowledge of what went on in the vehicle. He witnessed something. And in terms of his role, friends, when I look at this baby, and then when I look at the son, I look at minimal involvement. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, I want to be able to get just a few more cards. And I don't think I'm going to ask the last question on here of what would he do, or because he's deceased. There's nothing that he can do. Yes, he could do things from the dead, but that's not as important as his perception right now of what he thinks of the situation. I feel like he had minimal understanding. He was in it. He accepted rides. He was treated like a baby. Look at this. Parent. Could be that, you know, he took on a parental role with these gals, but I don't think so. I feel like the parents of these sisters took on a parental role for him. And he just followed them like a fool. That's an interesting fool card, isn't it? He has the knowledge, but his knowledge is limited. In the sense of, we were just giving her a ride. She's a lost child. And then, oh, something happened to her. Okay. And then manipulating the whole situation, allegedly. I just have a sense that they're going to try to scapegoat him. And that is what I pick up on. Yeah. Yeah. Drowning in what? A mountain of evidence. Look at this. Parent, mountain, drowning in evidence. Sure, he could have a hand in getting rid of her or her demise, but I don't think so. I think this is saying a parent, someone he considered a parent, someone, even though they may have been the same age, but someone who helps take care of him or take care of his affairs. A mountain, and he's drowning in a sea of evidence that's going to be stacked against him. I feel like it could be that, yeah, he might have some information about where she's located or what happened to her last breaths, Asha. But ultimately, I feel like whatever they told him was minimal, in the sense of, we had to transfer her. She was a lost child. You know, AnnaLee allegedly believes she was a runaway, because we got the runaway card. But ultimately, no. He was really not all that involved. He had some knowledge about it, and he would have been able to help in terms of placing, the plot points on the map. Of, we picked her up here, we took her here, she died here, but I don't know how it happened, but this is what happened. And this person takes care of me. That's the energy I'm getting for Mr. Underhill. Okay, you all let me know what you think. And also the DNA evidence. This card also came up for AnnaLee, I believe. Could it be? Yes, I believe. And that's, they're the ones that have the DNA evidence. But yeah, that's what I pick up with him, with Russell. Remember, check out the other videos I've recorded, parts 1 through 7, to go into further detail about the night of her disappearance, okay? Well, there you have it, friends. We have looked at all of the players that have been mentioned by law enforcement to date surrounding the disappearance of Asha Degree. I want to hear from you all now. We have done parts 8 and 9. I'm thinking I will probably try, if I'm not too tired, I'm going to eat some dinner and then record part 10, which is the latest update. But I'm not going to probably publish it for a few days, maybe not until next Monday for Mystery Missing Monday, to give us a break to digest what we've just taken in here. But I want to hear from you. Leave me a comment down below of what you're thinking about all of these updates, these developments that have come out. Have you heard things? Are you feet on the ground, local? Of course we want to be respectful to our victim, to Asha and her family. Of course we want to be sensitive to the fact that this is a pending investigation and that everything that we've mentioned here today is alleged. However, I want to hear from you, my peeps, you intelligent, incredible, intuitive peeps of mine, okay? All right. my heart goes out to Asha's family. I think of you often. I think of her often. I send prayers up for more answers to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It was a birthday wish for me. My birthday is only 4 days before Valentine's Day. And I was thinking about her and praying that something would come out. And lo and behold, something came out. And I'm grateful. But we want more, Spirit. We want more answers. And so it is. All right, friends, do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I am feeling back and ready to do some more of these types of readings. So you all keep me in the loop of what you hear. If you hear any pertinent updates that are worthy of a follow-up reading, let me know. All right? Take care. Bye for now.